Well, here with us now, radio talk show host Larry Elder and former LA Councilwoman Wendy Gruhl, who is also a Hillary Clinton supporter. Okay, let's talk about the general election campaign, because there was that big news today with the Quinnipiac poll which came out. It shows Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump in a virtual dead heat in 3 crucial swing states. If you look at the numbers for Bernie Sanders, he does a little better against Trump, especially in Ohio. Larry, to you, Donald Trump is doing about as well as Mitt Romney at the same point in his campaign, and he lost.
And Mitt Romney did not have 16 people shooting at him and had millions of dollars of anti-ads dumped on him at this point. The problem that the Democrats are going to have with Donald Trump is that he's not a fiscal conservative. He is a populist. And on a lot of issues, he and Hillary are similar. They both now want to raise the minimum wage. They both talk about preserving Social Security and the so-called social safety net. Even on taxes, Donald Trump talks about a massive tax, but he also says that rich people should be paying a little bit more money. And on foreign policy, Donald Trump arguably is even more hostile to the Iraq war than Bernie Sanders was. He even called the Bush administration lying into the war. So if I'm trying to game Donald Trump, I can't pull out the same playbook that I would use against a fiscal and a social conservative.
When are you going to vote for Donald Trump?
No. And Larry just proved my point. Donald Trump is all over the map. And one day he says that how can you live on $7.25 an hour? And the next day he says there should be no minimum wage in this country. Donald Trump's numbers improved after all of these candidates were no longer running against him. I think as well, Hillary Clinton's numbers in these 3 states are going to improve when she is the Democratic nominee. She's been true to who she is and what she's fighting for and the barriers she's trying to break down for families in this country.
To that point, take a listen to what she had to say while campaigning in Kentucky, as she talks about the stark contrast between herself and the Republican presumptive nominee.
You could not imagine a more different vision for our country than the one between our side of Democrats for progress, for prosperity, for fairness and opportunity, than the presumptive nominee on the Republican side. And that's why it's important we have a big vote on next Tuesday, because we've got to get ready to go all the way to November to win the general election.
When she's talking about policy, sticking to the details, against a candidate like Donald Trump, who doesn't use that playbook.
He does not, and I think that what she's been able to tell is talk about policies on our economy, talking about foreign policy. She knows about what's important in this world, which is a crazy place right now. Donald Trump knows nothing about foreign policy, and I think ultimately the people are going to say, I want someone who's commander-in-chief who knows what she's doing.
Larry?
Regarding her positions, Hillary has hardly been consistent. At one time, she was in favor of traditional marriage. She now is in favor of same-sex marriage. She supported the Asian trade agreement. Now she's opposed to it. She voted for the Iraq war. Now she's opposed to that. So for somebody who's changed her position as many times as Hillary has, I'd be a little reluctant to accuse Donald Trump of shifting his position.
The one question I would ask on that, though, are you allowed to evolve your positions over a period of years or a period of hours? I mean, because Hillary Clinton's evolved over a period of years. Donald Trump seems to evolve.
Well, I don't know about that either. Hillary during the campaign said that she was a moderate, and then she said she was a progressive, and then she went back to being a moderate, then back to being a progressive. So I think Hillary has a very long record. She's changed her position a number of times, and I can imagine the hit ads about her positions being changed too.
All right. The question that many people have is whether Hillary should hit at Trump, whether she should go negative, whether she should take the fight to him, in the way we've seen Elizabeth Warren, take on Trump. Let's read some of the tweets, because she got into a kind of Twitter war with Donald Trump a couple of days ago. This all started after Trump locked up the nomination. Warren sent out a tweet saying effectively his campaign was built on racism, sexism, and xenophobia, which led to Trump saying this: I hope corrupt Hillary Clinton chooses goofy Elizabeth Warren as her running mate. I will defeat them both. Warren tweeted a flurry of responses. Goofy Donald Trump? For a guy with the best words, that's a pretty lame nickname. Weak. And this, she added: Donald Trump spews insults and lies because he can't have an honest conversation about his dangerous vision for America. People are asking, is that the way the Democrats should take on Trump? Wendy?
Well, I think Hillary Clinton has proven in this last 24, 48 hours, or for the many weeks that he has taken her on and had personal attacks, she stayed above the fray. She's running for president of the United States. She is not going to get into the gutter with someone who is using the kind of language that he is. However, I think there's going to be others out there who are going to call him on some of the things that he has said against Latinos and African Americans and so many other groups and women. When you look at the fact that 70% of the women in the Democratic Party just don't like him, and the kinds of comments he's made about women are offensive.
And if I'm Donald Trump, I'm going to do something about the fact that many of these women do not like me by pointing out some of the things that Hillary has done and said about her husband's accusers. A lot of people are unaware that Hillary has been behind this strategy called the nuts or slut strategy, maligning the women as either crazy or horny, and she's been the one behind that, and a lot of young people are going to get an education about that with Donald Trump. It's a legitimate issue as far as I'm concerned.
Wendy?
Very quickly, last word.
I just think that's outrageous.
You would.
I think it is.
Well, yeah, and Clinton supporters will find it outrageous, and Trump supporters will, that's what they're looking for.
That's where we're going. That's where we're going.
Yeah.
It's going to
the
be
bottom, some people would say.
I think we have to say this is about being the president of the United States and about issues that real people care about, and they don't care about that. They care about someone who's going to lead them and get them a job and protect us in this world.
I guess we'll find out how much people care about all of this come November. Guys, thank you both for coming in.
Wendy, cool. Thank you.
Appreciate
Pleasure.
it.